I really don't.
I know. I think you said that last month too.
No,
You gotta
I'm
do-
serious,
Fred,
Fred.
Fred, you have to do something, Fred.
Fred, I don't have
Well,
it.
where is it? Where's that written?
Right here.
We
I
are
didn't get
live
that
and all
memo.
set to go.
Good evening. This is the open meeting of the Earthwork Board. Is being conducted remotely, consistent with Governor Baker's executive order of June 16, 2021, an act relative to extending certain COVID-19 measures adopted during the state of emergency. All members of the Earthwork Board are allowed and encouraged to participate remotely. The order allows the Earthwork Board to meet entirely remotely so long as reasonable public access is afforded so that the public can follow along with the deliberations of the meeting. The public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda unless the chair notes otherwise. Members of the public who wish to view the live stream of this meeting may do so by going to Northborough Remote Meetings on YouTube via the link listed on the agenda. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless such participation is required by law. This meeting will feature public comment. So at this point, when I call your name, could you just indicate that you're here? Tom Beals,
Here.
Chris Takaitis,
Here.
Ron Doucette,
Here.
and Janet Sandstrom.
Here.
Okay. And I'm here, Fred Litchfield, the town engineer. Okay, so the ground rules are, if you're not speaking, we ask that you mute your feed. And the chair will invite each speaker and applicant to present their case and indicate their name, and any residents who wish to speak or ask a question, we ask that you identify yourself by name and address. It's all you, Janet.
Okay. Okay, first on the agenda is let's review the meeting, the minutes of March 7th. Did everybody get a chance to read them?
Yep. Yes.
Okay, can we have a motion, please?
I make a motion that we approve the Earthwork Board meeting minutes for March 7th, 2022.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Fred, do I have to take a vote on
You
that?
do.
Oh.
You need to do a roll call vote for everything.
Roll
every
call all
vote.
the time. Okay, Tom, do you agree?
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
do you agree? Ron? Do you
Yes.
agree? Janet agrees also. Okay. First hearing is McCord North Atlantic LP at 30 Barefoot Road. Do we have the applicant online?
Yes, I'm promoting them over to panelists now.
Can you all hear me? Sorry, I think I just got out of it quickly.
Quentin?
Members of the board, Mr. Litchfield, and any members of the public listening, appreciate your time this evening. I'm here to introduce our project at 30 Barefoot Road. If you don't mind, I'm just going to share my screen and walk you through the scope of our project. And we'll open it up to any questions. We have members of our civil engineering team and construction team on as well. Should there be any technical questions, we can get into that. But feel free to interrupt me at any time.
And sorry, Quentin, who are the other members of your team? And I'll pull them over as panelists as well.
Yeah, sure. So Derek Redgate is with High Point Engineering. I believe you'll see him on the call as well.
Yep.
And if you see John Atwood, who may be joining his phone with BW Kennedy, he may be on representing the construction team.
So I do not see John, but I do see Derek, and I brought him over.
No worries. We'll if he needs to speak up, I'm sure he'll raise his hand or figure it out.
Absolutely.
All righty. Give me one moment. I'm just going to share my screen here. All right, can everyone see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay, so first I'd just like to, before we dig into plan, introduce the project location. So 30 Barefoot Road is an approximate 9-acre site set in the northeast corner of Northborough, improved by approximately 60,000 square foot single-story industrial building. It was most recently occupied by GlaxoSmithKline, and we are now renovating the property for a future tenant called Motif Foodworks. We're commencing a scope of work that includes enhancement to the facade, roof replacement, as well as site lighting upgrades. And relevant to this board, we are also enhancing and upgrading the site improvements, including parking lot and landscape and planting improvements. So specifically, we are planning for land disturbance of approximately 6,980 square feet. That happens in a few isolated areas. The first area is on the northern edge of the building, where we are restoring the grade just 1 foot of change to achieve positive drainage away from the building. This is, we believe just a buildup of organics over time has caused water to flow towards the building. And so we need to grade away from the building so that the water flow does not gather against the facade. In addition, we're installing a dry well here, a 6-inch diameter dry well, to help with the drainage in this area of the northern part of the building. The other place we are grading is in the front of the building. And just to orient you all, the heavy dark line work is proposed changes and the light line work is the existing conditions. And so in the front of the building, you can see the current grade is right here and the edge of curb is right here. We want to enhance pedestrian safety and separate the visitor and employee parking from the loading parking by extending the curb. And so the extent of grading here is simply to extend the current grade that exists here outwards to meet that new curb alignment. And then finally, there's one other location where there was a previous walkway that will now be removed. We will just infill the grading here. The second scope of work is removal of approximately 12 inches of topsoil for new walkways. We have a new walkway connecting the ADA parking to the front entry here, as well as a new stair extending from the front parking lot to the main entry here. And then we are also additionally installing a stone strip along the building to prevent any water intrusion to the building and the facade material in the building. So this is a 2-foot wide stone strip that will be excavated and filled with new stone. The site itself is currently improved, so any material coming onto or leaving the site will mostly be on hardscape. That being said, we have accommodated in our site work program street sweeping as necessary. We expect the primary truck entry to be off of Interstate 290 interchange and simply making a right-hand turn off of Solomon Pond Road onto Barefoot Road and onto the site. So that would limit truck traffic by residential addresses and through the town. We have a existing storm system on site that is functional and has recently been investigated. It is comprised of catch basins that are connected to the town storm drainage system. With no changes to impervious cover, we do not anticipate making any modifications to that storm system. We will protect it with silt sacks during construction to make sure that we're preventing any intrusion into that. And then finally, we will mill and overlay the parking to provide a new surface consistent with the current extents of the driveway and parking area here. That's about the summary of our project. If we want to go into any detail in any area, I'm happy to do so and take any questions from the board.
I'd like to know, in the back area, the north part, you're gonna remove some trees. What kind of trees and how many?
They're mostly pines. So there's some scrappy pines that have come in the front. You're putting me on the spot here. I would guess it's approximately 15 trees or so. I can go out and mark them and count them, but it's to accommodate kind of allow some light filtering to come into this area and allow it to dry up and allow light to filter through. There's some beautiful oaks that we're going to remain here on this grade change that we want to let thrive and get light and allow it to filter through.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of forest back there, and it's nice to have that forest. I'm just concerned that you're not gonna decimate it, you know?
Oh, it's very little, Mr. Doucette. It's literally just only on the grade area close to the building here. We are not pushing any of the, if I go back to here, this is still how it will look. We are not, the extent of clearing is only to accommodate this grading activity up by the building.
Okay. Another question on the truck loading area, the trailer truck. Is there a drainage there with catch basins that will not let the oil or whatever?
Yeah, so there's no loading inside of the building. So there is an old oil separator that will be removed, and that was when the trucks actually used to go into the building. Now they'll just float from the outside. There is positive drainage away from the edge of building towards these catch basins here. I don't believe that there's a requirement for an oil separator. We're not expecting any kind of dirty use there in and out of those trucks. And so the existing sheet flow from the front will continue to move towards the drains here.
Well, and what did you say the name of the company that's coming in? What do they do?
It's a company called Motif Foodworks.
And what do they do?
They make ingredients for plant-based meat. So they are a food technology company. So they will use this for office and R&D and basically prototype manufacturing, roughly the same use that it was used for by GlaxoSmithKline, just a little bit less intense.
Are there any more questions? I think it was very well explained.
Yep.
Okay, do we have any audience members or anybody who wants to say a word, or butters? Fred?
I do not see any hands raised at this time.
Okay,
And just for the audience and the attendees, if you would like, you can use the raise your hand feature to be recognized for public comment. Yep, I still don't see any hands at this time.
okay.
Okay. I have a question. Do we have a bond amount?
We do. If there are no other questions, I did calculate the bond and it is estimated at $3,000. It includes bulldozing a amount of topsoil, I believe 300 cubic yards is what I calculated it to be. Bulldozing that and hydroseeding it, and then an as-built drawing to verify the changes to the front of the building are in accordance with the plan that was submitted.
Great, thank you. So I'm going to make a motion to issue a earth removal permit for McCord North Atlantic 30 Barefoot Road, map 18, parcel 12. With the bond amount of $3,000.
Okay. Chris, how do you vote?
Yes.
Tom, how do you vote?
We need a second.
So-
I
I'm
second it.
sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Ron.
No problem.
Sorry, Janet.
Did Tom give us a second?
Ron did.
Ron did.
Ron did, I'm sorry. Okay. Tom, how do you vote?
Yes.
Chris, how do you vote?
Yes.
Janet votes yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Ron, how do you vote?
Yes.
Janet votes yes. Could we take down the map that we have on the screen, please?
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you.
Quentin, it's nice to see some activity there.
We're going to do our best to do right and make it beautiful and bring some jobs back to the building.
I've been in town for a long time and that building's been empty.
It's been quiet.
Long, long time. Well, it's good to see some activity there.
Well, I'm
And
glad to
that's a
hear
good-
that. We're excited.
Yeah, it's a good product to come to Northborough, that type of company.
Yeah, they expect to hire, and I'm sure that they'll be advertising locally to find good people to work there because this is a new company. It's not just coming from somewhere else. And so these will be new jobs.
How long have they been in existence? Do you know?
I think about 4 years total. They're located in the Seaport right now. And so this is an expansion. They'll continue to office there as well, of Boston. And then this will be kind of their, as I understand it, their R&D headquarters here.
And about how many people?
I don't know exactly. I think I would guess 50 to 60, but they'd have to weigh in on that specifically, Ron.
Good.
Okay, thank you very much, Quentin, for joining us and giving us all that information.
Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Good
Quentin,
job.
Before you go, Quentin, will you just give me a call in the office tomorrow and we'll get you the permit and you can start the work in that area as soon as the bond is posted, and we'll go over the details on how the bond gets posted. But just give me a call tomorrow. We'll work it out.
Will do. Thank you, Fred.
Thank you, Quentin.
Is there any new business before the board?
I don't have any other permits. There is a project that was filed earlier this week. I think it's going to go to the planning board later this month, or actually next month. And so once they get through their approval process, it's also on Barefoot Road. It's up at number 100 as you head up the hill. It's expansion of an existing building. I haven't really reviewed the plans yet. I have a copy if anybody wants to come by and take a look at it, but it hasn't been before the planning board yet, so they haven't filed for their earthwork permit.
Okay, everyone.
Question, Fred?
What's that, Ron?
You know, the two new houses they're building next Duke's Garage,
Yes,
where is the driveway coming out?
Route 20.
Yeah, but I mean, is it coming towards Duke or is it gonna come up the
No,
hill?
they're just using Duke's garage for access for construction, but the guardrail's gonna come out. And they're gonna put a driveway in from Route 20 to service those lots.
Wow, that's a steep hill, isn't it?
It is, the driveway's gonna go around the back of the buildings to take the curse off the driveway.
Ah,
Wow. Okay,
Not how I would do it, but that's what it's.
yeah,
that's what they're doing.
yeah. Can I mention the fact about the no word on the fire departments, what's going on with the land?
I do not have anything further to add to that. I haven't heard anything.
Fred, I had a quick question. Did we ever determine, about signature and the board approving you as a signature for the permits?
We did not. I think it's easy enough if we don't have that many permits. We'll just keep doing it. If you guys could stop in later in the week and sign, I'll make sure they're ready. Melanie is not able to attend the meetings on Monday night because she has another town that she works in, but she will be in the office tomorrow, and I should have the permit ready to sign by the end of the day tomorrow. So anytime you want to start and stop in and sign it, it will be on the counter. Just give me a call before you come so I can make sure it's ready. I don't want anybody to waste the time of making a trip up for no reason, but it should be ready by the end of the day tomorrow. It's pretty simple. And it should be on the counter for your signature. Michelle should be able to show you where it is.
So I suggest we don't go in to sign the permit until Wednesday.
Yeah.
Well, we're open till 7 tomorrow, if that's easier for you. I do have a planning board meeting that starts at 6, so it should be ready by 6 o'clock at the latest. But Wednesday also works. And I expect that they'll be in with their bond the next couple days because their permit was only for the work that was going on in the front of the building, but they're doing some other stuff inside the building and starting their project. So they're in full mode right now.
How about the, on Bartlett Street, those two buildings with the gas piping company and is going?
What about it?
I was wondering if there's gonna be any earth coming in there or it's stable and,
They will be, well, it's stable, but they're doing a significant amount of site work to expand the parking and redo the parking lot, improve the drainage system. So they will, I believe, be getting an earthwork permit. They're still in the permitting process with the planning board. They're gonna meet with the groundwater advisory committee next week on Tuesday. And then I think the following week, they go back to the planning board for their site plan approval and their special permit for the groundwater, the contractor's yard and the groundwater 3. So you may see them in May at your meeting if the deadline allows them to get that in. As we've always done, we've encouraged people not to file until they have approval, just to make sure that the project you're seeing is the same one that's approved by conservation, planning, zoning, the other land use boards.
mhm. Thank you.
Okay. Any other business that we need to look into, Fred?
No, just want to remind you all that town meeting's coming up 3 weeks from tonight. We're going to be at the high school in the auditorium, as we were in the past, pre-pandemic mode for town meeting. So it will be Monday night, April 25th. I believe it is supposed to start at 6 o'clock. I think we changed a couple of years ago. They changed the start time for the town meeting. I think it's been moved to 6 o'clock. So
Oh, that's good. Yes, they did. They
I'll
did.
see you all then.
Well, no, I thought that came, oh, well, yes, maybe it did. I know it was before the board or somebody was gonna,
What's that?
it was gonna start at 6 o'clock.
I think so. There's actually, if you haven't had a chance to look at the warrant, there's actually a citizen's petition at the end of the warrant to move the town meeting to Saturday, starting next year. So there'll be I'm sure, a spirited discussion about that.
That's a good word to put it.
Okay. Would somebody like make a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Somebody want to second it?
Second.
All those in favor?
Ron says aye.
Tom says yes.
You gotta do a roll call vote.
Chris, Ron, do you say it? What do you say?
Yes, yes.
Chris, what do you say?
Yes.
Tom, what do you say?
Yes.
Janet says yes.
Excellent.